I sincerely hope this holiday season will drain the poison that has infected our politics and set us against one another. I hope this Christmas season marks a fresh start for our nation, because there's so much that unites us as Americans, so much more that unites us than divides us.
It's President Biden. He is returning to the uniter-in-chief mode at the White House yesterday. Critics, though, remember that polarizing remarks, those attacking MAGA Republicans and the unvaccinated from earlier in the year. One tweet on Biden's unity speech says, "The guy who tried to turn Americans against each other over a vaccine and often yells about half the country being fascists, spare us, you old Grinch." Another writing, "I guess last year's Christmas message wasn't much of a hit. A year ago," Biden warned, "the unvaxxed faced a winter of, quote, severe illness and death." We have Jimmy Failla, host of Fox Across America on Fox News Radio, to weigh in on all of that. You get the sparkly coat going.
Yeah, I was trying to distract from the 200-point IQ gap between you and me.
No. You look fabulous.
No, but I'm going to go easy on you. Don't worry.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
Thank you.
I mention IQ for real, though, because if Joe Biden was a Christmas song, he would be Feliz Navi dumb. I mean, what an idiot thing to say. It speaks to such a lack of self-awareness. Because as everybody pointed out on Twitter, there has been no one more divisive in this year than Joe Biden. And let's take it further. Not only did he call it a pandemic of the unvaccinated, not only did he say MAGA Republicans were semi-fascists, but he also called Georgia's voter ID law Jim Crow on steroids, a law that went on to break every turnout record known to man. So what this is really symptomatic of is this is a White House that lives in the death of shame. And what I mean by that is they'll say anything. They don't care if it's true. They don't care how easily disprovable it is, because they know the media doesn't push back. And I'll give you an example. Karine Jean-Pierre, in a year where we've had millions of people cross the border, got up to the podium this week and was like, "No, the border's closed." Apparently it identifies...
Multiple officials make that claim. Yeah.
Apparently the border identifies as closed. Its pronouns are bull and crap. Because in what world with a straight face could you say that? Except that's who they are.
So about the president's remarks, though, the sparkly lighting, the Christmas tree. I mean, that's like, standard procedure for a Christmas speech. And then we remember before October, of course, when the vilifying MAGA Republicans had the dark lighting. Is this all part of, what you can expect? This is part of the theater. There's nothing out of the ordinary here.
Well, politics is usual in that, yes, they're saying one thing and doing another because of, like we said, the case history of him dividing us. But I think, if anything, he did get the message that he needed to hire a new light and sound team after that Philadelphia abomination where he was in the blood red lights, as we mentioned, and looked like he was just an extra in Jaws or something, and cursed out half the country. So I think, if anything, he's trying to tack towards the center in the spirit of the season. But I ain't buying that, even if the Democrats promise to forgive the loan afterwards.
We'll see what happens with that. That's for 2023, right? We'll see what happens. The U.S. Marine Corps, this is another great talker story. Yeah. The U.S. Marines may soon stop using the words sir and ma'am to address drill instructors and senior officers. That's just one of the recommendations that's in this new University of Pittsburgh report, which the Marine Corps commissioned. They, asked for this report 2 years ago. It notes the Army, Navy, and Coast Guard already tell recruits to address officers by rank and last name. The report reads, in part, gendered identifiers prime recruits to think about or visually search for a drill instructor's gender first before their rank or role.
This is embarrassing, and it's horrifying. The military's job is to hurt the enemy. It's not to focus on our own hurt feelings. And what makes it so scary is they are mentioning leadership, officers, drill instructors, the toughest people we're supposed to have. Molly, we are 5 years away from having a military that's like, "Oh my God, ISIS called me an infidel today. I am not fighting."
Well,
that is very insensitive.
Said, "Yes, drill sergeant."
Thank you. This is embarrassing.
So what's the problem?
We're going to have tanks with bumper stickers that say hate has no home here. It's war, dude. If you can't stare down a pronoun, how are you going to stare down enemy fire? Think about it. My parents, my grandparents, the greatest generation stormed the beach and saved Private Ryan. This generation would decide there wasn't enough diversity in the boats and turn around. It's bad.
We shall see what actually happens with that. We'll wait and see. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We are so excited you were able to join us. Really appreciate it.
I'm going to try not to get emotional. Just go.
Yeah, thank you, Jimmy. We appreciate it. And thanks for watching the Faulkner Focus. Outnumbered coming up after the break.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.